Okay, dope. So with the Legion raid schedule announced, I thought it'd be important to go over how to DPS as a raider in Legion. This is not going to be a DPS guide. This is going to be more of a rules and regulations, kind of more of a, tact guide on what you should do to be a good DPSer. It's going to be a fairly quick guide. I'm going to go over what I call my 3Bs. I love them. My 3Bs, like little bees. I'm going to go over those, and hopefully that'll help you be a better raider. Alright, so the first B is going to be vigilant. Now, the doom of most DPS raiders is that they think they got to be the top of the recount meter or they suck. That's not entirely the case. The case actually is most people that pay attention to the recount meter and that's all they pay attention to, they're not the best DPSer in the guild or in the raid. Now, that's not to be said don't use a damage meter. I use a damage meter, but I use it as a guide. Is my rotation working? Is what I'm doing in the fight working? I don't necessarily need to be number one on the charts to show that I'm good. So be vigilant is all about situational awareness. I'm going to start by saying this. If you're one of those raiders that doesn't download Deadly Boss mods, that's just, I don't even know how to respond. That's horrible. Go get it. Download Deadly Boss mods. It's there to help you. That being said, there are three basic roles for any raid. There's going to be your tank, your support or healers, and your DPS classes. Your job is to deal damage, I know. However, your job is to also make sure you're not taking undue damage so that the healer's got to pull their focus away from the people that are going to take hits and healing them and have to heal you because you're standing there like a doofus dying in a fire. Basically, if your character looks like this, then you're doing it wrong.
Okay, Mr. Tanky, how do you not do that?
Well, I'll be glad to tell you. If you have Deadly Boss mods installed, make sure you pay attention to it. Also, it doesn't hurt to watch videos on particular fights before you go into them. If you know your guild is going to be going in to do Xavius tonight, why not get a little refresher? Go to YouTube. There's hundreds of videos on there on how to do a fight. Fat Boss TV, I love them. Call them out. They're great people to watch in order to learn how to do a boss fight correctly. The second one I'm going to go over is be prepared and generous. Now, a lot of people will show up to raids well in hand, have their flask, have their potions, have everything they're going to need. Don't be that guy that shows up and says, hey, can I get an enchant? Hey, can I get flask? Hey, can I get food? Bring your stuff. That being said, be generous as well. Some people may not have the gold to do so and really want to get their stuff, but haven't really got the time. They have either real life commitments or stuff of that nature. Help them out in the best way you can. Be a good raider. Be a good friend. I'm going to give you a particular instance. We had a DPS that had to switch to heals in order to, help us out in the raid. He had given out agility pots to everybody, done everything that he could do to help everybody out. But when we asked him to switch to heals to do a particular boss, he said, can I get some mana pots? And immediately trolling started occurring on him. Why didn't you bring mana pots? Why didn't you bring this? Didn't bring that? Well, he wasn't supposed to be coming as a healer. How about that? This whole section goes over all about attitude and preparedness. Don't be a troll. Don't be that guy. If it's somebody's first time seeing a boss fight, don't expect them to do it completely perfectly. Give them some pointers. Give them some tips. If you've done this fight 15 to 20 times, they're seeing it for the first time. Keep in mind, you need them just as much as they need you. Also be aware of what your class has to offer as far as support. Mages put down tables. Warlocks give out health stones. I'm a mage. I don't complain if someone asks for a table because they don't have to. As soon as I zone into the instance, it's the first thing I drop. These are your jobs as the classes you choose. You should use them accordingly. You shouldn't be asked to put down hellstones. Shouldn't be asked to put down mage tables. Keep in mind that, it's part of the class you play. And finally, I want to say be impactful.
Mr. Tanky, what does that mean?
Well, little guy, what that means is be aware of what you can do other than just spamming DPS on a target. Let me use this as an example. In this case, both of our tanks go down because, well, we were doofuses and pulled everything. Now this is LFR, I'm just playing around to make this video, but both tanks go down. So what do? I'm going to use the ability that I have Frost Nova to keep them corralled till the battle resers can get them back up. Now, Frost Nova is not part of my rotation, but it will keep my group alive. So did this affect my position on the damage meters? Yes. Did I care? No. The goal is to down fights, not compare your EPing to everybody else's EPing. I mean, who cares? If you all are doing massive damage, but you can't down the fight, does it really matter how good you think you are? Now, that being said, it is capable to do both. I mean, I'm not the best DPSer by a long shot, but I'm good and I don't make dumb mistakes. So it is possible to do both. You can top the damage meter and be a smart raider. I'm not saying that you can't do that, but it is possible. It just takes more practice and more time than I have. What you need to do is just be aware of what your abilities can do. Fire on the ground, blink out if you're a mage. Get a debuff that's going to kill you, ice block. I'm using mages as this example, but every class has things. Iron bark, fear wards, all kinds of craziness. So just be aware of what your other tooltip abilities can do. This will help you be far more impactful. I hope this was helpful to you. Keep in mind I just made this as kind of a quick rundown on ways to help you out and to make you a little more impactful. So that, you know, if you're in a smaller guild or something like that, you can down bosses. Peace out, like and subscribe, and have a great one.